All right, moving to the other series we have. Guess what? Another 2-2 tied series going into the pivotal game 5. Let's hope it's not a pitiful one, Tyler. Two different overtime games. Both teams have won one of these each. And the Canadiens continue to catch everyone by surprise. Tradon's probably ripping his ears out. But, most hockey fans are surprised they're even sticking around in this series. They were leading the series before yesterday. And you look at their lineup, though. Now, looking at their lineup, it doesn't actually surprise me as much. Corey Perry, this guy's always been deep in the playoffs. He's won a cup. He's in his second Western Conference Finals for the second year in a row. Carey Price, Tradon may not agree, one of the top goaltenders in the league, has been somewhat deep in the playoffs, continuing to keep them alive. Toffoli, got to bring him up because he was an ex-Kings player, but always with the clutch, timely goals. And I was looking at stats earlier. The Canadiens have the top penalty kill in the playoffs right now. So did the Kings when they won both their cups. So did the Blackhawks when they won all 3 of their cups. So it must be an important stat. And 3 out of the 4 games so far in the series are only 1-goal games besides that first game. So every game has been actually pretty close. Vegas seems to be in that mode again where it's kind of hard for them to find scoring. But at the same time, Vegas looks like Vegas. Lots of puck possession, burying guys on the ice and stirring the pot. But Alex, let's start with you. What are the thoughts so far on this series?
My thoughts are the officiating has been garbage.
I love to have this
great garbage. I mean, granted, being a NHL hockey ref has got to be probably, other than maybe like a home plate umpire, one of the hardest jobs to do. I mean, they're so fast. There's all these crazy fucking penalties, but I mean, Corey Perry obviously is bleeding out of his face. They don't call anything. Braden McNabb punched whomever. Suzuki. I can't remember who it was.
Suzuki.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Punched Suzuki, and the ref was looking right at him. Didn't call it. You know how we talked about conspiracies a couple of weeks ago? Full-on conspiracy. Here we go. The NHL wants Vegas to win because they want to show potential investors that you can buy in to a franchise early on and they can succeed right away. Tradon, my man, full fucking conspiracy.
Oh,
it's on.
That might be true.
It's 100% true. Anyway, I agree with you. I think Vegas is in a little bit of trouble because they're running into the problems they had last year where they can't score. They were talking about it a lot on the broadcast last night that the Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty line has not really showed up for Vegas, which is tough to win when they're your 2 best probably scorers. The Canadiens, I still think, have a really good shot. I'm still going to pick Vegas to win because I said it last week. If I pick Vegas to win, maybe they'll lose because I'm wrong a lot, and I want Vegas in my heart to lose. So, but Alec Martinez has been fucking amazing. He's been the best defenseman on the Vegas Golden Knights, 2-time Stanley Cup champion with Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Shouts out to Alec Martinez. I believe he has the most blocked shots in the playoffs right now, too. Not a big deal. And going off of what you're saying, Vegas, I think they only have like 7 out of their however many fucking goals they've scored, maybe 7 out of 10, let's say, have been by defensemen. So their defensemen are the ones keeping them afloat. And so that just goes to show you that other line needs to step up. James, Carey Price versus Marc-Andre Fleury / I guess now you could say Leonard. Who do you like more?
Oh, dude. You haven't been around the last couple of podcasts, but
I figured I was going to know your answer, though.
Yeah, it's going to be Carey Price. I think last series I said that the Knights against Avalanche, I said that Fleury was going to make a mistake and it's going to cost him a game. I was wrong by a series because he did so against the Canadiens. And because of that, they pulled him, put him Leonard instead, which was insane to me. Because I was like, you got to stick by your guns, man. You got to give Fleury some confidence back. So you put Leonard in there, and Leonard did amazing for the first time this postseason. It's going to be kind of a question on who's going to start next. Do they go back to Fleury, or are they going to stick with the hot hand with Leonard? Because Leonard did really well. Let in one goal. And I mean, it was pretty ridiculous how good he did that game. His save percentage is .964 for that one game. But Carey Price, dude, guy's been facing way more shots than the other two goaltenders combined. I think it was game 2 where he faced 40 shots and saved all but 2 of them. The guy's a brick wall, and he's going to continue doing that. The more he plays, the better he gets. So Carey Price, I'm sticking with him all the way.
Yep, I would agree with you, 102% right there. But Tradon, I mean, does that mess with Marc-Andre Fleury's confidence slightly? One, because he completely trashed a game for him. 2, now, like, if they go back to him, now you're just putting confusion in Leonard's head too. We saw it with the Sharks back when the Kings reverse swept them. Not a big deal. You know, they had Niemi and they had whoever the fuck their other backup was, Dell maybe, but they kept switching them around, and it fucked with the confidence of the goalies, and you saw it just trickle down. Are you worried at all with the Vegas goaltending in that scenario?
Absolutely fucking not. They're gonna go with Fleury tomorrow, and that's the way Pete DeBoer rolls. And Pete DeBoer does not give 2 fucking shits how good you're playing or how bad you're playing. He doesn't give a shit. He'll change it up, and it worked. It worked. And in my opinion, I take back what I said last series, where I thought that coaching, but putting in Leonard in the first game was the worst thing he could have done. It probably was the best thing he could have done, because they were guaranteed to lose that game. Now that I think about it, and that would have hurt Marc-Andre Fleury. He comes back, they win the series. Guys, Pete DeBoer is an amazing coach. He really is. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing, and it's probably going to work for them in the end. That being said, I don't like the Vegas Golden Knights right now. They are not playing very well at all. They don't look. I'll say this: the team that won each of these 4 games shouldn't have won. Right. So the 2 games that Montreal won, they probably shouldn't have won that game. The 2 games that Vegas won, probably should have won that game. It's kind of that weird. That's what I love about this game, is that it's so random. We can talk about the officiating. Yeah, there's a lot that they're letting go. They're letting everything go.
Dude, that was
William Perrier gets his head taken off from behind, and then Shea Weber gets his head taken off. They let everything go, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with them letting everything go, because the game is not meant to be played shorthanded. Okay, it's not. And if they're not going to call anything, then don't fucking call anything. At least they're consistent. And they just let them go. Now the worry is that it gets a little out of hand and you get into injury mode. But there's nothing that really sparked much in terms of like a major event where someone got hurt that spurred that. But the refs are just pocketing the whistles, and they're letting it play 5-on-5. They're really letting it go. And you know, it is surprising. It was shocking. It was shell shock, but you know, at least we're not getting a stupid penalty that's causing bullshit. You know, that's my take.
Yeah.
Real fast before we move on from that.
Yeah, I got something else.
Yeah. Okay. So I understand letting maybe like a 2-minute go, but blood, that's a double minor or a major. That was overtime too.
That one.
So like, that was a 5-minute and overtime.
That one was a clearly missed one. Did you say 5-minute?
That's what they said.
4 minutes.
Yeah, okay. I want to go off on the fucking announcer. He said that should have been a fucking 5-minute major. Are you fucking high? What a fucking like NBC, I'm so fucking glad you're gone, because you guys are fucking retarded. I hate using that damn word, but oh my God, NBC is the worst at showcasing this. I just had to say that. Now, that said, it should have been a 4-minute double minor for sure. 100%.
Alex, what do you got?
To go back on Tradon not liking the Vegas Golden Knights, they're so unlikable. People are rooting for Corey Perry. Think about that for a second.
I said
Corey Perry.
I like them as
biggest rat in the league.
Well, but like in the NHL, like fandom, like Corey Perry is known you're right, Eric, being one of the biggest rats in the league, and people are rooting for him over Vegas. I generally actually think that's a good thing. Hockey every team, every sport needs a villainous team. For the NFL, it's whatever team Tom Brady's on. For the NBA, it's whatever team LeBron James is on. For baseball, it's whoever's playing the Dodgers.
Yep. Alex, you're so right about that, man.
But anyway, my thing with the officiating is I agree with you, Traden. I'm totally fine with letting things go if it's a little thing. But the boarding hit that I can't remember who it was.
It was William Carrier.
Yeah, that needs to be called against the Canadiens.
Absolutely.
The call, the punch with, yeah, like call the plays where people are like, those are dangerous plays. People are getting hurt. Those need to be called. If you want to, miss an interference call that was like a little iffy, you want to let that go, feel free. But can't believe I'm saying this, but if Corey Perry's bleeding and getting 8 stitches in his face,
no, I'm with you.
Probably needs to have a call, but
yeah, I'm with you on that. I will say this, guys, really quick. The spectacle of him running out of the locker room after they won is iconic. If they win, they win the Stanley Cup, that's the pivotal moment right there.
T-shirts everywhere.
Tyler,
yeah,
what do you got? Any last takes on this series?
Yeah, so my ego wants to stick with the Golden Knights because that's who I picked to win the series, and that's who I picked to win the Stanley Cup. My heart, though, is definitely with the Canadiens in this series because they have just played the kind of hockey that you want to root for. Trying to take down as Alex mentioned, kind of a villainous team, a team no one likes. The Canadiens were not expected to make it this far, not even close. And they are outplaying the Vegas Golden Knights, I would say, in games 2 through 3 for the most part. Maybe game through 4, sorry. Maybe game 3 they were outshot, but at the end there they came back and fought and, got a scrappy goal there at the end and won an OT. So it's tough for me because like I said, I want Vegas to win for my ego and for my pride. But man, I would love to see the Canadiens upset them here. So this is definitely for me the more intriguing series for sure. So I think it's so hard. I'm torn because of just my ego and my heart are just battling each other right now. So I guess it's a win-win for me, but I'm just looking forward to hopefully another great 3 games.
Yeah, I'm hoping for 7. My brain says Vegas. My gut says Canadiens in 7. So the gut is way smarter than the brain, as we all know. So I got Canadiens winning this in 7, Islanders winning in 7, and then Canadiens winning the cup in 7. Alex, what do you got?
Okay, so I picked Tampa. I picked Tampa in 6. I have my head and my gut, same feeling. But I have to go with my superstition. So I'm going to pick Vegas at 7 because I'll be wrong and then the Canadiens will win. But this Tampa team just looks unbeatable. So I'm going to go Tampa in 6 in the finals against whoever they play.
James, what do you got?
Canadiens in 7, Tampa in 6. Like I said, Canadiens in 5.
Nice. Traden.
Tampa in 6, as I said. Montreal in 7. And I think that Tampa Bay will win in 6.
So we got 2 Tampas, 2 Canadiens. Tyler can be the tiebreaker unless he picks the Islanders. Tyler, who you got?
Well, I'm gonna stick obviously with the Lightning in 7, and I'm still gonna stick with Vegas just because I picked them to win, and so I'm gonna keep doing that until it doesn't happen. So I'll go Vegas in 7 in the other series as well, and I'll pick Vegas in 7 in the final. I still do want to see that Vegas Tampa Bay final, but I mean Montreal is, I guess, as I mentioned, you just got to root for them. So we'll see. Great hockey, boys.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing before we end. If is Carey Price probably the person in the NHL right now you want to see win the cup most? You know,
Yes.
after now Ovi's won, I feel like Carey Price is that guy.
Yeah.
You want
I
to
think
see
that's a
hoist
100%
Okay.
fact right there.
Cool.
Not a conspiracy, 100% of
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
right there.
And guys, the
Okay, that
last
was it.
time a Canadian team was in the finals, this team won in 1993, and that was the Montreal Canadiens. Just saying.
And
That's
one
wild.
last thing also.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I lied. I lied. I'm sorry. I lied. The last team that won the Stanley Cup was in 1993. The last team that was in the finals
was the Oilers.
was the Edmonton Oilers in 2006.
And wait, one other thing now. Are the Canadians like the Lakers of hockey? Do they have the most?
Yes.
Maybe I should change, but no, I'm just kidding. Fuck it, I'll roll with the Canadians. I guess we can give him another trophy, but yeah, I think it would be great for Carey Price to yield Lord Stanley over his head. He deserves it. Probably the most right now of anyone in the playoffs. So Stamkos had his fucking opportunity last year. He got it. No more for him. It's Carey Price's turn. That's all I got, Traden.
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. This series is actually shocking, and I've also started rooting for the Montreal Canadiens, and that says a lot from a Edmonton Oilers fan. So go Habs, I guess.